What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you an exclusive post-show live Q&A. As you know, I recently competed in Classic Physique. It was my first time ever. Did it 100% self-coach. And you know what I got? Second place, which I'm very happy with. So today, I'm going to be recapping the event, answering all your questions related to the process, and even talking about the journey. So this Q&A is all about competition, what it takes to get to this level, single-digit body fat, the diet, the training, everything you want to know. I'm going to cover it. So I already see we got a bunch of guys coming in. I expect a lot of viewers. I know it's random, but I had to get my energy back, get some cheap meals in. My energy's been so low. So even after the show, I was so busy, go, that I didn't have time to post my stuff live on the spot. So now, a couple days later, I'm ready to chat it up with all you. Hey, Alex. Yo, how's everything going? The champ is here. Hey, love you, man. Let's go, Alex. So proud of you. Boom. Congrats, brother. You look awesome, bro. You look awesome, Alex. Congrats, my man. Looked amazing. Yeah. Do you think first place deserved to win? I do. His posing was immaculate. Like, our physiques were very comparable. The way it works is you gain numbers instead of deductions. So you start off at a 0, I believe, and then it just gets pluses. So I was scored, I think, a 6, and first place was a 3. And then the last place guy was like 15, something like that. So we had very comparable physiques side by side. He had a slightly more classic physique, though. His vacuum was superior. And when I saw him do a solo routine with his posing, bro, he looked like Terrence Ruffin. He was on the floor doing all these moves. I'm like, nah, it would take me at least a year of literally posing every day to get on that level. And he was experienced. He even won the bodybuilding category. So this guy was a double champ, seasoned. I fared pretty well against him. I think my back double buys was better. Overall, I was more shredded, more jacked. Probably weighed more too, but yo, he deserved it. And honestly, chatting it up with everybody backstage, we all worked our asses off. We all had the death face. We're all completely exhausted. And you know what? We exchanged social media, became friends. It was wonderful. So all love. Like, yeah, it's competition, but it's also collaboration, if that makes sense. I know it sounds weird, but there's just something about being relatable. This is, unless you've been single digit, unless you've been on stage, unless you tried doing this, you have no idea how messed up it really is. So much love to the guys who showed support and even checked up on me, because that means a lot. So yeah, let's get back to this comment section. Representing Montreal like a king. Yeah, this was the Mike Clément Natural Classic. Actually, my thing is upside down. My bad. There you go. Yo, it was a serious event. You know why? Because it was post-global events. Remember what happened in 2020? All right, people weren't competing, right? And actually, they did this show last year, but there were barely any competitors, because people still weren't ready for it. There was still, everyone was getting sick and whatnot. But this time around, bro, full house. A lot of my family members couldn't even show up. It was booked weeks in advance. Every category maxed out. You should have seen the men's physique lineup. There were like 20 guys on stage. Crazy, or 15, something like that. Yo, everywhere. And even I feel bad for them because they had to cut their posing routine down to like 15 seconds. And the event was long. It forced me to adapt on the spot, right? So you're eating, first of all, you go backstage, everybody's got rice cakes, okay? Rice cakes and peanut butter with gummy bears, all sugary crap, croissants, the Costco brownies, anything that gives you quick, simple sugars, right? So you see all these dudes, there's so much to process. I'm just letting it all out for y'all, okay? But where the heck was I even getting at? Man, I lost my train of thought. what was I? Where was I going at with this? I don't remember. Hola. Hey Alex, I'm a huge fan. Congratulations. Congrats on second place. Thank you. Yeah, Alex getting second. First bodybuilding show. That's right. It was Classic Physique. Oh, by the way, I'm glad I didn't do... you were talking about food. Just so you know, guys, my brain is still not fully normal yet. I probably gave myself some freaking brain damage or something, or like... I know my testosterone levels are low. I'll tell you that. Like, I hope YouTube doesn't block this video for me saying this, but... in the final stages of prep, I didn't get a hard-on for 3 weeks. Straight up. No morning wood. Zero sex drive. Not a single ounce. Doesn't matter who's walking in front of me. Nothing. Completely inexistent. That said, I was still okay. Which blows my mind. I don't know how the heck that's even possible, but I was good. But... the drive wasn't there, you know, and it took a lot to really like get my mind functioning correctly. So I don't recommend this. You're gonna have the worst energy of your entire existence. Guys, you really think everyone's natural? Actually, I want to talk about that. So first of all, I competed in open classic physique, okay? So I got rid of my privilege to compete with other first timers because I wanted an honest competition. Okay? I didn't want to just come in and steal the show. That might sound egotistical, like, oh, I'm too good for these beginners or whatever. Like, no, it's not pride, it's not ego, it's just like, I didn't want to come in, you know, with a bunch of guys who, you know, maybe weren't going to bring the best look and just fucking mob them all to oblivion. I wanted guys who were seasoned, who looked something like me, who were jacked, and you know what? That is exactly what I got. Bro, I got on stage, the whole lineup is stacked. Check out my IG, okay? Look at them. Look at the competitors. Look how shredded and very muscular. Like, if I would compete against these dudes last year, I would have not gotten second place. I can promise you that. I think I would have gotten maybe fourth. And there was one guy, yo, I'm surprised he actually got fourth. Considering how muscular he was, this was a serious competition. So I think what I was saying before, right? Because it was post-global events, everyone was ready to bring their best, okay? So the prelims and the finals were booked out weeks in advance. Full house, competitors everywhere. Everyone brought their best. Everyone was shredded. Everyone was jacked. Yo, this was a real competition. And I'm glad that I showed up this year, okay? You know, because I was a bit like, oh, I should have done it last year. No, this was the right year to do it. So, yeah, props to all the competitors. I think I did amazing. Second place, all on my own. Like, all on my own. I've never done competitive bodybuilding before, and I submitted my right. I was with veterans on that freaking stage, bro. My posing, I think I got it pretty good, you know? I was able to hold my ground, you know? Props to you, man. Congratulations, man. How much have you eaten since the competition? Okay, I'm gonna talk about that, all right? Oh, but before I do that, okay? So check it. The event was so packed, okay? I'm backstage at 9 o'clock a.m. By the time I actually was flexing with all the guys, okay, it was like 12:30. So you know what that did, right? It messed up my pump up a bit. And I had to calibrate on the spot. So thank God I brought extra food, but like, I learned a lot backstage. So you never know when you're gonna go on, right? It's very random. Like, first it starts off with the bodybuilders. They do all the classes, lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, then they do the masters, right? And then they switch over to classic physique. They start with the novice division, and then they go into the open, which is what I did, okay? So I was like in the middle of all. Then there's men's physique, which is the longest part. Then the women, yo, there were a lot of girls too, and that was arguably longer than the men, okay? Like, by the time their night was done, it was like 6, like late into the afternoon, okay? Like, so the guys, but it's the second time I stepped on stage, it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock, you know, so 12:30 and then 3:30, 4ish, you know, and by then you've already had a lot of meals in, so you actually come in looking softer during the finals, and that's why the prelims are where all the judging takes place. Okay, that's when and you don't do the comparison twice. So when you're doing the side chest, front double buys. Oh, by the way, you're holding the position for a long ass time. You don't realize it, but it takes a bit of work. You're there, you're holding it, you suck it in your stomach. It's work, and one thing that I was surprised about is the transitions didn't really matter. Like, they didn't even care about it. Like, you know how you do the quarter turn to the right, and front relax, back relax. There was barely any of that. It was literally, they want to see you flexing and holding it for like 20 seconds. Like, that was the longest part, and you're up there for quite a bit. And then there's like a 30-second introduction routine just for the prelims, and then there's your 1-minute routine at the end. So, and I put Dragon Ball Z for that. By the way, the footage was corrupted, so check it. I wanted to bring this camera that you're seeing here. It's not allowed. It's against the rules. And for me to not get disqualified, okay? Second place, by the way, for you guys that come in right now. I wasn't going to risk my medal. I wasn't going to risk my hard work. It's tempting. Like, you want to sneak it in, but like, they watch everything, okay? Even Mike Clement, great guy. He's the one who runs the event. He's been doing this show for like 20 years. I would highly recommend it. If you're in Quebec, you got to do this. Like, it's so professional, so chill. We all go through the same things. Amazing. Like, all the suffering was worth it just for the professionalism that this event brought, right? So, I'm juggling. I know I'm all over the place with my thought process, but there's just so much to talk about here. Congratulations, congrats, bro, congrats. That's awesome, man. Congratulations, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, buddy, lightweight. Congratulations on the high placement, dude. Incredible work and sacrifice, and it reflects in your product. Yeah, man. I showed you what the basics can do. Barbells, dumbbells, the chest crusher, chest expander. My home gym. I train at home 90% of the time. Calisthenics, weighted pull-ups. Yo, I had the best back on stage. I'm going to say it right now. Oh, but one thing, so I was talking before about the fake natties, right? Guys asked me, were there dudes on there who were enhanced? In my category, I don't think so. And bro, first place, I think his name was Marc-Antoine. Okay, yo, props to him. He earned it. Okay, he beat me fair and square by a small amount. He had a better vacuum, a little bit more classic. I was more jacked, I was more shredded, but his posing, I can't mess with that. Okay, but check him out. I saw him after the show. You know what he's doing? Cardio. Dude didn't even have a cheat meal. You want dedication? You want someone who really suffered? First place did it. He's on, that's crazy. Because when I was done the event, the first thing that I did is have Greek food. Okay? My girl took me out. Let's see if I can show you. We went to, because it's in Vaudreuil, right? Yeah. Had a giant gyro platter. The gyros. Because I'm half Greek, My name is Alexander Leonidas. And I only say Leonidas because it's more marketable and it's angle, and that's people like to, mashallah. Yeah, it's similar to shish taouk, but it's not. Yo, this meal was fucking dope. Sorry for swearing. I'm trying to minimize that, okay? I had that with a baklava cheesecake. That was immediately after the show, okay? And then, when I got home, you won't believe me, okay? You go crazy. You go insane. I had 12 brownies. You know the Costco brownies? The little round ones there? Okay, I had 12 of them. Okay, this is after having that gigantic meal. I had 3 croissants and 2 muffins, the Costco ones. The blueberry and the chocolate. That's what I ate. Stuffing. By the end of everything, I had 10 pounds of food in my stomach. My gut was out to here. Just a hard belly with abs, okay? And then the day after, yo, those Costco muffins are huge too. Yeah, they are, bro. They're massive and they're delicious. And I got my fix, and I had so much sugar that my heart was pounding, like racing. The post-show bit, yo, it's real. You can't stop eating. You want to eat everything in sight. It's crazy. You can't stop, man. Are you still vegan? I haven't been vegan in years. I did it in 2018 for 6 months straight. I got great gains. I close grip bench 350, dead bench 375, 5-plate weighted dips. I think the vegan diet is perfectly suitable for all stages of life. I would 100% do it again. I 100% think a plant-based diet is amazing. However, I never did it for ethics. For me, it was always about health, and I'm going to be doing a plant-dominant diet. I think that's what I see myself doing, like a Blue Zones kind of diet. You know, Dr. Furman, what do you call it? Longo. You know, I follow. I think the plant-based message is the truth. It is 100% correct, but you don't have to be 100%. Okay, 80, 90%, you're good to go. Okay, that's why I do it. So definitely plant-dominant. And during this bodybuilding diet, hell no. So you want me to talk about the bodybuilding diet? You guys want to talk about how depressing this is, what you can expect, what you got to go through? Because, oh, and by the way, Macro Factor, okay? I'm sponsored with them. I'm going to put a link, okay? Just give me a sec. So Macro Factor. I used to use Chronometer for years, right? I switched over to Macro Factor, and it actually adjusts, like it calibrates. It's intelligent. It's able to assess what you need to do to get to your goals. And it's a lot more friendly for lifters in particular. Like, it's made for us. And it was designed by Greg Knuckles. Sorry. I'm having some rain right now. Not sponsored by them, but other sponsorships on the way. Stay tuned, right? So Macro Factor helped me get lean, and the way the calories work. So when I started off this cut, it was 3,000 to 5,000 calories a day. Sorry, 3,500 to 5,000, and I was 200 pounds. I got down to 188 in like a couple of weeks. That's when I was hitting those PRs. You know, the 405 decline bench, 242 seated OHP, the 507 squat, like the 455 times 9 RDL. You know, I was just messing around, 460 SSB squat. I was doing all these things, yeah? Because I was already peaked and, you know, might as well lose a bit of body fat before the big cut. So I got down to 188. And then I started getting more strict, you know? Up until the 160s, I was still eating the 3,000s. After which, it got dropped down to the 2,000s, you know, between 2,100 and 2,700. And then I hit the 150s, which was like 10% body fat-ish around there. Like, now I know my stage weight is... 150, right? 157% body fat. So that means when I was in Ohio, 158 pounds, I was already close to stage ready, okay? And that's what a lot of guys were saying when they met me in person. I was looking pretty shredded, okay? So sorry about the echo, guys. This room is not acoustically treated, you know? But unless I try to, look, it's coming from my mic, you know? It's not coming from the camera, but I can't do anything about it. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here. Sorry. I'm still... Yeah, Osher 3, my man. Don't worry about the echo. It's not a bother. Appreciate it. What was I saying, guys? People just noticing it. It's probably because I'm so excited, too. I just, you know. Congrats, Alex. After all the hard work, you deserve it. Thank you. Getting closer to the mic. Minimize it. I can give you some ASMR action if you want. Are you born in the Balkans? Nah. But I did the ancestry thing, okay? And I'm basically 50-50 Greek and Italian, like straight up, all the way. That's what I am, you know? You were looking like One Punch Man on stage. Yeah, you said 150 stage weight. Yes. So that's what I came in at, which is crazy because I was a lot more shredded than last year. I put on over 5 pounds of lean muscle tissue. And I think the secret, okay, was also maintaining the muscle on the way down. So first of all, getting to 200 was the best thing I ever did. I highly recommend you guys all bulk. Like, a lot of guys in recent videos have been saying, oh, you look your biggest, you look so muscular and whatnot. Like, no, I'm not. My arm is like 15 and a half inches. By the way, it's bloated, all right? I'm not massive right now. I still got some definition. I'm spilled over like crazy, by the way. Super spilled over. I'm like 163 right now as we're speaking. I ate, and I'm gonna continue eating. I'm enjoying life right now, okay? That's what I realized. I like to live. I like food. There's a reason why I'm the bear mode guy, okay? I grew up in an Italian household. I eat, okay? Going crazy. I'm fucking... Oh my God, guys. You have no idea, like, the suffering I had to go through. So, I was talking about the calories, you know, macro factor. It helped me get lean, okay? So, towards the end, when I got to the 150s, I was at 1,800 calories, then it was 1,500 calories, then at the very end it was 1,350, okay? And the most difficult thing in the world was to walk. Walking, okay? I'm not even... You stand up and you're stumbling. You feel like you're gonna pass out, break your face, 24/7. Do you know how I spent my time? You know, I was obviously working on some editing on things that I was able to do with my footage and whatnot, going to the gym, trying my best, but those workouts took 2.5 hours and I couldn't even complete them half the time. But a lot of what I did was playing old school RuneScape. Just being honest with you. A lot of gaming. Games that I hadn't played in years that I caught up on because, you know, I'm always so busy, right? I became a gamer nerd again to keep myself busy, to do something, read some books. Because I didn't have energy to do anything. You lay in bed, you know, you're dead. You can't even live. So that's what I did, bro. I leveled up like crazy. AD Gaming channel. Did you lose mental clarity? Yeah, I was losing my mind. OSRS saving the day at 13-15 cal. Fuck yeah, man. Yo, OSRS has a special place in my heart. And truth be told, I did that last year as well. You know, do some quests. Makes the day go by fast. Make sure the Grandmaster quest, as they call it. Did you max? Not yet. Working on it. Alex, you don't look natural anymore. Yeah, I do actually. See me in person. Look at me on stage compared to those other guys. And I'm smaller now. OSRS is golden, 100%. What foods did you eat? You want to know the diet? So, again, for all my plant-based guys, I apologize. This is not something I recommend. This was a very temporary thing for this bodybuilding competition, okay? So, out of the protein sources, I realized red meat is a no-go, okay? Way too much saturated fat. Even if you try the lower fat versions, it's just not worth it, okay? If you're gonna have any of that, horse meat is the way to go. It's 120 calories per 100 grams, okay? So what I did every single day, and maybe this is also why I didn't feel so good, because of all these animal products, no doubt my inflammation was through the roof. 454 grams of a pack of meat every single day. I know it's terrible for health. I'm so sorry, guys, but yeah, I was having primarily horse meat. Yes, horse meat. Yes. Ground turkey and extra lean ground chicken. But at the end, okay, I removed the turkey just because it had 20 calories additional per serving. And trust me, 20 calories makes a big difference when that portion is times 4.5. That's an extra little cup of Greek yogurt, which was also instrumental. So 0% lactose-free Greek yogurt, and then you add the skinny syrup and you mix it in, okay? You do that with about 200 to 500 grams of strawberries. And yes, you want strawberries because the other berries have a little bit more calories, by another 30 calories or so. So I started off with the mixed berries, then you switch over to the strawberries, okay? Then no whole eggs, okay? Only egg whites if you're gonna do that. So essentially, this garbage diet, this non-health promoting diet, this shredding diet, this diet's gonna make you feel like absolute garbage, okay, is essentially no carbs whatsoever. It's very, very low, between, it's like 30 to 100 grams a day, 35, 50 grams of fat, something like that. The protein between 150 and 210. It's a high protein, low fat, low carb diet. Terrible, absolute, horrible guys, horrible. Okay, and then you do the refeed like once a week if you want some carbs in, but towards the end you gotta do the depletion. Very important. Never eat horse meat again. Oh my days, bro. That's what you gotta do. There's gonna be a new meme. Yo, you get it? I'm just being honest, man. I can lie to you guys. I can tell you, yeah, I was having tofu and beans and stuff. No, man, I was eating this terrible diet. And then the vegetables, only frozen. You get the the what do you call it? The mixed peas and carrots, but eventually you got to drop those too. Oh, and here's a good one. Here's a good one. Protein cakes. All right. You take 1 scoop of protein powder, 50 milliliters of water, some monk fruit, and you microwave it for 90 seconds. And what you end up with is this spongy cake thing, and that's your dessert. Very fun. Oh, I forgot. You put the psyllium husk in as well. 8 to 10 grams of psyllium husk. And then you can put some the frozen strawberries on top. And you know why you need the psyllium husk? Because you're constipated. And for the first time in my life, the last time I was constipated, I must have been 5 years old or something. So I couldn't go to the bathroom. In fact, the last 2 days, okay, including on comp day, I didn't go to the bathroom. I was backed up. I was plugged up for 2 days, bro. I'm on stage. I still didn't freaking go. But I'll tell you this. Couple hours after, you go 4 or 5 times. Oh, and here's another one. Because I read the book by Dr. Lane Norton, right? I read his competition prep book. I can't do anything about the echo. I'm sorry, guys. And I see all your comments, by the way. Sounds like an enjoyable bit. This all sounds miserable. It is. If you guys want to be depressed out of your mind, especially you're going to have dark thoughts, you're going to want to do some things, okay? This bodybuilding diet that's what it is, okay? I'm being fully transparent with you, okay? Second place. Thank you. Thank God the posing flexing didn't release the flood. Yeah. I was hoping, like, okay, maybe on the, when you're getting changed, you can go to the bathroom, but it never happened. And so what I was saying with the constipation, in Dr. Lane Norton's book, I had to read that book because I was self-coached, okay? He talks about how in the final week, you want to remove your fiber. Like, the whole thing, you want to have fiber the whole time, okay? But at the end, you got to get rid of it because it can cause you to have a little bit of a bloated belly. And you don't want that. You want your stomach to be as flat as possible, smallest waist. I came in with a 28-inch waist, okay? Man, train strength and OSRS because I already got 99. Anyway, small waist, right? So you have to cut your fiber to 0. So then it begs the question, how do you go to the bathroom? If you have no fiber, how do you go? Simple. You got to take laxatives. Yeah. Let the memes come. Horse meat, laxatives, a disgusting protein cake. Welcome to natural bodybuilding. You think this is healthy? Hell no, it isn't. God damn. Unhealthy, man. Yep. Oh, and by the way, you got to take a specific kind of laxative because otherwise it can make you hold on to water weight. But guess what? Even with that, okay? The last 2 days, bro, this is no mean. That's a comp. That's a comp, all right? Last 2 days, I took 8 of them. 8 of those goddamn pills. I still couldn't go. I want you to think about that. I'm popping these laxatives. I got no fiber in me. I have the dandelion tea. I'm trying everything. I can't go. And I'm someone who normally goes. I normally get like between 30 and 80 grams of fiber a day. But now it's cut to nothing. And even with the psyllium husk, nothing. Yes, senna tea. Yeah, bro. Yes. It doesn't work. That's how plugged up you are. I'm not joking. Is horse good? Yeah, it's fantastic actually. It's like a combination of bison and deer meat. It smells like number 2 actually. It smells terrible, but when you eat it, it's delicious. You need to take the laxatives and do an enema. Yeah, I ain't doing no enema. No thank you. What about caffeine? You can have the caffeine, but you got to be careful with it. So that's another thing, right? Normally I have 2 coffees in the morning. During the end of this prep, I was having 8 cups of coffee just to start my day. And when I say 8, it refers, because each cup is 2. So that basically means 4. So imagine having 4 mugs like this. By the way, some more meme material for you guys. Imagine having 4 of these a day. That's how I would start my morning. And then you're drinking Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke throughout the day. Yo, Giga Chad Hermano. Hey, you wanna... Yo, I look like Giga Chad towards the end. Anyway, I could share this beautiful death face with y'all. Yeah, let me show you the death face. Where is it? It's so funny, guys. Here. Look at that. You guys like that? I didn't think I could look like this, you know? You can see my cheekbones right here, you know? Like, I look like a freaking skeleton. I look like the handsome Squidward, you know? Crazy stuff. That's the Giga Chad face, yep. There you go, guys. Your cheek shrunk, very cool. His eyes are killing me. Jeez. Skeleton mode, holy smokes. Jesus looks like a different person. Doesn't look like you. Yeah, I changed ethnicities. Melons plus death face. Fam, stop killing your health. We need you alive. Hey, yo, I'm back. I'm feeling better. Microphone perfectly sunken in skull. Yeah. Dude look like he escaped prison. Gulag Destiny. Handsome Squidward. What body fat are you now? I was 7% on stage if you ask me. Bad cut, bro, we're gonna starve. How big was your neck? I didn't even measure it, but I know I lost all kinds. I had no fat left, guys. Like, you know, your jawline is popping, your freaking skull. Like, you see everything. Yo, you have veins in your abs. It's not even normal. Your echo was gone when you shared the picture. It's still gone. Did you win? I got second place. Goddamn doorbell. I'm not answering that. Whenever I got things to do, this is what happens. You look like a UFC fighter after a rough weight cut. By the way, I didn't do the bro backloading strategy, okay? Alex sounds like a deity. No, I did the front load. God damn, who's ringing? I can't fucking answer the door. If anyone's, I'm not answering that. Congrats. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. You know, any donation that you put in, it's going to go right back into the channel. Next thing I want to do for y'all, so I want to invest my in a new camera setup. I'm not a materialist person. You know, I have my little things that things that last. But the next step is to get the Panasonic S5 Mark II. It looks really good. It has an open gate feature. So 6K open gate. What that means is, so right now, see how there's this little box, right, where I'm filming? You can film even beyond that point on both extremes. 1 second, I'm getting a phone call. That's probably where the doorbell's at. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I'm doing a live stream. I can't answer the door right now. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. All right, what was I saying? The Blaha has found your location. Alex, do you own your house? No, I'm in a basement, bro. There's a 3.5 apartment. I've been here since 2017. It's the pizza man, lol. Whoa, dog, you look fresh AF. I also do my own beard lineups, by the way. Once you you do it enough times, you get pretty good at this. It's crazy though, like I'm so spilled over, but like you can still see, you know, like I wonder if I flexed for a long time, like how much can I get these veins to pop? You know, I'm spilled though, I'm hella spilled over. Shave the beard before you bulk up again to see the jawline. See, the thing is, man, when I shave the beard, like see the neck underneath, it takes long to grow that part in. So then I gotta wait like 3 months and there's like an awkward phase. Your delts look enhanced. Oh yeah, all those guys who were like, oh Alex, you're crazy because you don't do side raises and whatever. Like, how do you think I built these delts? From overhead press. The 242 seated OHP is what got the job done. Obviously, I did do lateral raises during this deficit depth cut, but I surely didn't gain 1 ounce of muscle in my side delts from doing that. And you see how capped they are. Like, look at that, come on. No pump whatsoever. Look at these side delts. All right, so tell me again that overhead press doesn't work. Please say that to my face. All right, you saw me with Dr. Mike. You saw me with Johnny Shreve. Check out Johnny's channel, by the way, for the collab. I got some good delts. Okay, so the overhead press, the AD press, yes, it's the truth. Sorry, all the haters were wrong, as I've proven year after year. Not trying to be egotistical here. I try to stay humble, but come on. At some point, you just gotta admit what's actually happening. All right. Yeah, Johnny Shreve, check him out. Side raises still good? Of course they are. I think it's optimal. If you want your maximum 3D delts, do your side raises. You know, I do them now. But it's not how I built these delts. That's all I'm trying to say. Got another donation. Thank you for all you do, Alpha. I strive to emulate your natural drive and just overall personality. You're an awesome guy. Never change, bro. Thank you, my man. I do change because change is a part of growth, but it's the right kind of change. It's evolutionary change. So I'm honored to inspire you. Yo, the natural community is evolving. Keep that passion up. Find guys who are similar to yourself. I've never felt so amazing about how things are going right now. You know, with natural hypertrophy, Jeffrey Hardy Schofield, Bald Omni-Man, like the whole community. Like, obviously there's so many more I can list, but everyone I've done podcasts with, like, it's crazy. We're in a very good spot right now, and I just love, I love your support as well. Like, I couldn't have done this without you guys. Me getting to this level, I needed that. Like, your comments kept me going, you know, because just for me to be on stage, like, I knew there was more to it. You know, there's pressure. You guys are watching me, you know? You're watching. I have an expectation. I got to make the natty community proud, show you what's possible. And I feel like I did what I had to do. I feel like I nailed this entire prep. I got shredded. I maintained the muscle. The posing was pretty good. I did it self-coached. You know, I did it. I freaking did it. I'm so proud. And just seeing that there's other guys out there who are similar to myself. You know, a lot of you guys were like, "Oh, Alex, you're gonna get first place guaranteed. You 100% got this." And whenever I would see those comments, I'm like, you can't think like that. You know, and even Dr. Mike said it. You don't know who's gonna show up. Life has a funny way of humbling you. Don't think that you're the shit. Don't think that you're the only big man out there. Like, there are dedicated people out here. And like I said before, a lot of you tuned in. We got a lot of viewers. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. Like I was saying before, the guy who won, okay, his posing looked like Terrence Ruffin. Literally. Godly. Straight up, okay? And after the comp, he didn't even have a cheat meal. The dude is on a treadmill. He's like, "Okay, back to work, let's go." Not making fun of him, by the way. That's the Quebec accent. That's where I'm from as well. On parle français, c'est la langue primaire. All right, so that guy was a hustler, and the whole lineup was a hustler. And I met other great natties who looked phenomenal. I would have loved to battle them in the overall, but I didn't. You know, I got second. I'm happy with this. Okay, so there's a lot of dedicated people out there worldwide. I'm just from Quebec. I'm from Montreal. I'm from nothing. You know, I'm from here, and you know, there's not many of us. There's Justin Lee, there's Phil, my man, you know, he was there too. You know, he filmed me last week as well, during the week out. You know, like, there's guys everywhere across the world, scattered, that are great. And that's why I always say, you gotta put yourself out there. Show the world what you're made of. You skip my donation. What? I don't, I'm sorry, Nick Hoke. Could you answer my question? I don't see it, dude. I'm so sorry, Nick. Wait a second. I got Naglis. Leonidas' surname is Lithuanian. Thank you. No, it's Greek. Leonidas. And yes, it's my actual birth last name. You know, that I'm half Greek, bro. Literally. Nathan Alvidrez, congrats on the second place, man. Have you had a workout session since your show? If so, were the pumps crazy? Thank you so much, first of all. No, I did not work out, but I did have a professional photo shoot done with Evans B. Yo, this guy is a mastermind. I'm definitely gonna go with him again. He made me look like I came out of a Hollywood superhero movie. So that was yesterday. I was busy all day with him. Phenomenal, a true professional. He made me look really good. So stay tuned for that. You're gonna see these pictures get rolled out. Also for the solo routine, and I also booked at the competition itself. So you're gonna get all those pro photos. Like, there's more to see. Obviously, I wasn't allowed to bring my own camera. That was against the rules. So that's why it was with the cell phone. My cell phone even died as well. So for the finals, I couldn't, it's what it is. I didn't have my phone backstage. I gave it to my girlfriend. She took care of that. I had my man Philong filming as well, and I had Phil. So I had 3 people filming to get this footage. And some of it wasn't even doable because of, the quality and the blurring and the corruption and all that. So that's what I'm saying. In a couple of weeks, you're going to get even better stuff. So it's all good. Alex, your voice is echoing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 years with my girlfriend. And during our anniversary, that too I had to compromise. So what I'm saying is there was a lot that went into this entire prep. It was crazy. And she was so supportive. I was such a freaking douchebag with my attitude. You're just very impatient. You're very snappy. You don't want to hear details. Come on, Alex W. Yeah, it's different. This man is half Greek, half amazing. Yeah. Thanks for answering my question, Leonidas Alpha. Bring her on the Q&A. See, man, I don't like to mix my private life with YouTube. Like, 4 years is a long time, and I've never shown anything with her. Obviously, I got a bunch of pictures, a bunch of videos, a bunch of memories. It's actually her brother's birthday today, so I gotta go later. Couple hours. I'm not gonna be here all day, but I keep things private, and I always post things after the fact, including my competition. You notice how I wasn't like, okay, now in a couple hours I'll be doing this. Like, no, I do things after. That's how I roll. Okay. Smart choice is none of our business. Let's keep it to fitness, guys. That's what I specialize in. That's what I'm passionate about. We don't have to mix and match. And even when it comes to vlogging, I don't like doing that. That's not why I got started with this. Where's the footage? On Instagram. Check it out. How are you feeling right now? A lot better. Wow. Like I said, I ate over 10 pounds of food. Stomach was massive. And that's, I planned on doing a live stream yesterday, but I looked fat as hell. I was so bloated. I'm like, yeah, this ain't happening. And I was too stuffed to talk. You know when you go to an all-you-can-eat sushi place and you're just there like you're just. That's how I felt. So I'm like, if I do this, it ain't gonna turn out well. You guys keep talking about the echo. Is there anything I could do here? Let me see here. Like I know this is based off here. Properties. I mean, it should. I don't know what to tell you. It's okay. Echo's okay. Sound control panel. Maybe I could lower the bass on this thing. Sorry guys, just give me a sec, okay? Working out video with natural hypertrophy. I would love to do that. Definitely Bald Omni Man. I'm gonna head on over to the States, drive on down there, and we're gonna get some collabs in, do some Larson pressing, gymnastic rings, all that stuff. I did a collab with Johnny Shreve and Dr. Mike recently. That was phenomenal. It sounds like 2 different mics. Maybe I could remove the audio on this one. Is that a possibility? Capture audio only. Use custom audio device, microphone. How's that sound? Is that better? I adjusted the settings a bit. Let me know. No echo? Aha. Alright, so I figured it out. Aha. Comment when better fix sounds amazing. I'm so sorry for before, guys. That was like I was giving you these rants, It would have been so nice to capture that with proper audio. So you get it, prep brain, lol. Yeah, I'm still not fixed. Well, I hope it's doable. Did you win? Second place, bro. I'm getting a bunch of donations in here. Yo, guys, I love you all. I'm gonna say this though. Let's try to minimize these donations, unless you're just gonna make some little comments here and there, you know. Oh man, there's a lot. One sec. There are a lot to go through. How do I do this? Okay. Whoa, that's a big donation, dude. 220. Thank you so much, Gotham. You didn't. Number one. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We're all winners over here. Bringing our best selves. That's what this is all about. Gem Power. Your neck is smaller. It is, yeah. Congratulations on the show. Can you make a video on how the process went? I'm also trying to compete in my first show, June 24th. Been training as a natty for a year plus. Think I could do it. So, this is going to be the only video where I discuss everything about the show. The rest could be like Q&A questions. Like, that's why I'm doing this, right? To answer all your questions related to this, you know? And when you rewatch the live stream, you're going to see a lot has already been answered. So, stay tuned. I know it's a bit later, but you'll be okay. Now, you asked me, you've been training for a little bit over a year. Actually, I did see some guys with very limited experience and they did well. For example, one guy, Fab, he's been training for 2 years and he competed in men's physique. Okay, he ended up getting 3rd place out of a huge lineup. Bro, the lineup was massive, crazy. Like, this was a full house competition. Mike Clement said it. Like, he hadn't had it. He's never seen this. And he's been running the show for decades. I could do it again next year if I want, okay? Everyone was just so happy to be on stage after global events finally ended. This was the time. This was the most competitive show I could have done this year. So I am beyond grateful that I showed up to such a great event, okay? Highly recommend it. So if you've been training for a little bit over a year, you can probably do it, but I can't guarantee that you'll win first place. Like, you need to have the muscle mass. And like I was saying before, if I would have done this last year, I wouldn't have placed as well. Okay, so if you think you have enough size, I would say at least, I mean, to be honest, minimum 2 years of training. And then there's also the prep. It depends how lean you are right now. Like, mine was like a 6-month-ish kind of prep. So if you're willing to cut and you're going to maintain that muscle, then it's doable. But really, you got to make sure that the size is there, or else you're just going to be really flat and stringy and you're going to weigh like nothing. So like, if you were in my category and you're only training for 2 years, you might actually be like 130 pounds on stage. And I know guys, when they hear that, they're like, impossible. But trust me, you don't realize how much fat you have on your frame. What I've come to realize, okay, after being single-digit body fat, most people, I used to say this. I used to say people are off by about 5 points. No, it's like 10 to 15 points. So if you think you're 15% body fat, you're probably closer to 30. This is something that Greg Doucette was actually right about. Like, people are fat on average. Like, they're I'm not saying this to be mean or derogatory or anything like that, but we're carrying a lot of weight, okay? Like, when I'm 181 with abs, visible abs, looking pretty lean, okay? That's like 30 pounds more to lose, okay? That's with abs. So if I see a guy who's 190, okay, average height, and he does not have abs, he's going to be less than 150 on stage. And I know that sounds insane, but it's the truth. So you have to build a muscle. Build a muscle, and then when you lean down, you can eventually weigh more. Like, I weighed in at 150. I think that's freaking awesome. You plug that in, effort for my calculator, that's like a 24 score, you know? But just to say, you got to earn the right to cut. I'm getting questions here. So I hope that answers that, man. But you can probably do it. I saw a guy who was 41 years old. He was lifting for a year. He looked phenomenal, okay? I saw guys that, another 45-year-old guy, he's been training for 3 years. He looked almost as good as me, okay? There's a lot of older people as well that look absolutely godly. So you can totally do it if it's done right, okay? You asked about testing, okay? Couple guys got pulled out. However, and this is why I'm so, like, people were saying, Alex, you should have done the bodybuilding category. I'm glad I didn't. Out of all the categories in this competition, and this is me not downplaying the event, I'm not trying to be a bad sport here, but I have to call out, okay? There were fake natties at that show. I would bet my life on it. I bet my bank account. I will bet my family members' heads. Yes, there were. Bro, the guy who won, okay, I don't know how he can sleep at night, okay? He had visible gyno, literally an enormous ass as well, and a fucking injection mark on the side of his leg. And you see him at the end, bro, with fucking 5 medals around his neck. He stole the show. He robbed people of their hard work. And that's so insulting to guys like me who like almost died for this show. Like, I worked so hard for this. Every day was a living nightmare. It was hell. And you have this guy, all happy, full of energy, you know, with actual gyno, visibly. Even my girlfriend spotted, bro. She's not a bodybuilder. She's not, bro, she saw it. And this guy is smiling with 5 medals around his neck. Great. I'm glad I didn't do bodybuilding. I did it right. The only thing maybe I should have done was also compete in novice. You know, I could have done novice and open at the same time. But now I'll never have that privilege ever again. I lost my opportunity. I already competed, you know. And that's cool. I want to be with seasoned dudes, okay? So why did the judges reward gyno? I don't know. But there was one guy who got pulled out. There was one dude who was like really shredded and jacked. Like he looked like he almost looked like Michael Hearn. Yeah, they pulled him right away, and I think he got disqualified. So there was like a couple dudes got tested, but most of us didn't. My lineup, no one got tested. I would say 95% of guys did not get tested. It was only those who were really, really sus. But the dude with the gyno, he didn't. He stole the show. What do you want me to say? You know, it's CPA. And that's why, this is why I also said this, okay? If I were to compete again in bodybuilding, okay? And by the way, like what I did was bodybuilding, okay? It's just Classic Physique, which is the original bodybuilding. This is what it was in the 70s and 80s. Pump and iron style, it's what I messed with, right? If I were to compete in bodybuilding, I would only do the WNBF, World Natural Bodybuilding Federation, with guys like Alberto Nunez, Jeff Alberts, all the guys I respect from 3DMJ, Eric Helms, you know, these dudes where, you know, they rigorously test you. And obviously drug testing is not everything, but like where there's at least a process and there's a greater chance of these guys being natty, that's the only thing that I would do. Never, like, after seeing what I saw with that guy, I will never, ever do bodybuilding with the CPA. And I hope they don't take my medal away for saying this, but it's the truth. Come on, you can't tell me that a guy with gyno is legit. Sorry. Please don't take my medal. I worked so hard for this. Much love, though. Yo, Mike Clement, you're awesome. This was one of the best events ever. I loved it, okay? But come on. You know what you're looking at. Let's not sugarcoat it, okay? So, yeah, Classic Physique was great. Thank God there were no fake natties on my lineup, you know? The guy who won, he earned that shit, okay? He's motivating me to get on stage. Yo, it's rewarding when you're there. Like, once after the weigh-in, you're like, you know, you're happy. Like, the event is phenomenal. I love just chatting it up with everybody, being on stage. There's no anxiety either, but I didn't even get nervous. There's none of that. It's such an amazing environment. Like, I love the competitive environment itself. Like, just being there, wow. I didn't think I would like it that much. I think I liked it more than the powerlifting scene in terms of like being there. It's just leading up to that point is what is a living nightmare. So that's not something I can tolerate that well, you know, the diet and the suffering and everything, but not being there. Okay. My man Freaky D, what's up? Congrats again, fam. You did extremely well for yourself, especially going to a bodybuilding show first time with no coach. Thank you so much. From being very stubborn with bench press training, thinking I knew everything, you know, having a massive ego, being this cringy guy, you know, to being on a bodybuilding stage, like, much love. And thank you for, you know, your support over the years, you know, always being there for me. Because in a way, that's what you did. You were elevating me. And you showed love throughout this entire prep. Man, I really appreciate that. And yo, my pecs improved a lot because of you, especially with the Larson pressing. We got a lot to credit because of you, Freaky D, and I definitely want to have you on the show. Now that I got some energy back, let's do something together. Let's chat it out. Let's do like an hour or two conversation. Let's share some advice. Let's keep evolving the natural community, just like we did with the top 10 exercise and all that. Let's keep going. Let's keep building. So much love, Dennis. No, he has good lips. Yo, my lips are like chapped up. I don't know why. Like after this comp, I don't know. I'm sorry about the donations, guys. Like, I can always answer some of them after the fact. Like, I have a donation panel that I can check out. You know, I can always do that individually. It's hard to keep up sometimes. I appreciate you, Passionator. Tendonitis from wide grip pull-ups, tricep hurts. I want to keep talking about the competition, and then we can do like side Q&A stuff, because it's still, you know, we're getting close to finishing though. If you're getting, I know what you're talking about, that long head stretch from the wide grip pull-ups. It's the same issue that you get with the teres major. What you have to do is rotate the variations. You cannot abuse that grip exclusively, or else it's inevitable, including when you use lat pull down. So one of the mistakes I did, I experienced overuse like 3-4 times in that same zone, okay? I would only do the pronated super wide grip. Now, if you like the muscle biasing effect from that grip, what you got to do is just change your orientation a bit. So use neutral handles. And the best thing for this is going to be the Kenzui Swissies. So you put those on the tips of that pull-up bar, and now you got a neutral wide grip. Same effect, but it's going to change the pressure points on that long head. So you can rotate between those two. Also, gymnastic rings. Don't set them straight up and down vertically. Put them on the complete edges of the pull-up bar such that they're coming in diagonally. And now, again, same muscular effect as the super wide grip, but you have that rotational aspect, which is easier on the joints. Rotate between those every 3 weeks or so. And then when you talk about the pull downs, I highly recommend staying in the sagittal plane, which means coming in at a diagonal angle. So you can still get that wide grip, but you're not super close and leaning back. Rather, you're pulling at a slight angle here. So you can use your normal bar. You can also use a spreader bar. But just by you changing the direction of resistance, that's going to minimize some overuse. So I think with all those things factored in, like, you're going to be good. It's going to take care of the problem instantly. You know, so never, just because a variation is effective, doesn't mean you should only stick to that. That's the message. Would you get a coach for the next competition? I would probably get a posing coach, just for the solo routine kind of thing. Like, and that's for straight bodybuilding. But what I also like about bodybuilding is that it's less, like, it's more raw. I'll tell you this, guys. The one thing I despise about competing is the posing. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I'm so not into it. Like, the fluidity and like the whole artsy aspect of it, I'm not interested. You know, for me, it's just about having the muscle, being jacked, being strong, like just looking like a freaking beast, you know? I don't care about how smooth and your transitions and like getting on the floor and all. I don't care. To me, that's like, and for you to even lose points off that, it's like, come on, I don't care about that stuff. Who has the best physique? That's what matters to me, you know? And then also holding the positions. When you're doing the side chest and all that, like who has the bigger muscles, who's more conditioned, who objectively looks better. Not that it looks like you're at the Cirque du Soleil or you're doing some classical, bro, I don't care about that. And that's one thing that really turns me off about classic physique, because there really is that element. You see these guys, like they're walking in all sexy, they're twisting, and like they're doing, it's like, are we at a strip club or something? Like, I don't care about that. I just, like, who's the biggest, most shredded dude, you know? Who looks the craziest? Who's the freakiest? That's what I like about regular bodybuilding. So it's a bit more rough, you know? So I would definitely hire a posing coach. In terms of the diet itself, I think I got it pretty dialed in. Oh, and by the way, this is not me knocking on posing. I think it's impressive. Like, when you see it in person, it's like, wow. Like, even like Rough Diesel is the man. Rough Diesel is my favorite competitor right now, period. Out of all the guys, he's my number one. That's what I'm saying. Out of curiosity, speak any Greek, watch Mike Mensah posing. I actually like Mensah's posing. My favorite is when he does it with the the wrist on his forehead. That's dope. I tried learning that. Like what he does is he pulls inwards and he flips over. It's like a nice twist on the Ziz pose. Looks awesome. Hersoviak is a coaching posing bro. Yeah, and he does it the classical way, which is awesome. I just, for me it's about, the comparisons between the guys, not the solo aspect. Like, it's just not for me on that sense. Thoughts on a low protein diet? I weigh 160 and have max 100 grams. Good job on second. Thank you, man. For longevity, a low protein diet might actually be preferable. And 100 grams is not that low. Like if we're talking about maximum muscle gains, it would be 0.8 0.8 grams per pound of lean body mass. So if you don't have 160 pounds of lean tissue. You didn't specify your body fat percentage, but let's say your stage weight would be 140 pounds, right? So you do 140 times 0.8. That gives you 112 grams of protein. So are you going to be okay with 100 grams of protein a day? Probably. I would say there's a 90% chance that you're perfectly fine with that. So this idea that you need to match it according to your body weight without factoring in lean body mass is bro science nonsense, and like you're just going to end up wasting your protein powder. Make it last. Like when I get a tub, it doesn't go through in a month. It's going to last like 2 or 3 months, because I don't need to use all of it. Like I do have it, I do recommend it, but it doesn't have to be abused is what I'm saying. And the only time you do a super high protein diet is if you're trying to get contest lean, because you're trying to retain as much muscle as possible. The calories are so low that it just works out in that way. Are your plans now to become Bear Mode 2.0? I might. The thing is, I don't know where I stand, because like I suffered so much, guys. I literally deprived myself of everything. I deprived my birthday, my anniversary, so many important events I could not enjoy. And now I just want to live. What I realize, I love food. I love my family. I love feeling strong and being happy. I'm a foodie, bro. I love food. I love to eat. I grew up in an Italian household. Like I'm used to portions. I like to eat. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna go bear mode. I don't know if I'm gonna stay somewhat lean. I'm so confused right now. I'm eating. I'm trying to get my brain to function again. I'm still not quite there. I feel a lot better than last week. I'll tell you that. But I do know I want to be healthy, and for that, it's gonna be a plant dominant diet. I love that word, by the way. Not plant-based, plant dominant. Okay. And I'm just gonna eat according to my natural appetite. Have a cheat meal once a week. Live life, and whatever body fat I end up at, so be it. If I'm 170, staying decently lean, cool. If I bulk back up to 181, no problem. Do I think I'll hit 200? I think that would require some force feeding. So I know that for myself, between 165 and 185, that's something that's very realistic. 12 to 15% body fat, max 20. But again, I don't know. I dieted so hard for so long, not even making gains because you're just trying to hold on to the tissue. I don't know what's next for me. I think I need, to just grind it out, make some content for you guys throughout the month of May, and take things from there. So you'll get more updates as time passes, but right now I don't know. How'd you do in the show? Second place. Yo, rewatch the live stream after. I covered a lot of amazing content, so you'll hear everything. Okay. Is your novice program still valid today? Thank you for donation. Yes, it is. It's just a different kind of program. Like it's not something like if I was a first year lifter, I would do something different for me personally, just psychologically, and I'm probably going to release a novice program 2.0. It's a question, like everything works. Starting strength works, Strongless 5x5 works. All those novice they're all similar. They're all basically the same thing. Just some muscular differences. Like mine is a little bit more maximized. It's got a little bit of a calisthenics flair to it as well. It's more customizable. Check out the FAQ section, the comments. Like you can play with it, but I would release a 2.0 for sure. Okay, so I think that covers most of the show. Is there anything you guys want to know before I answer a couple more questions, just generic on, standard training, whatnot? What do you want to know about the show? Arm size post-show, 15.5 inches. So by the way, that means my 0.5 that I gained, it was lean muscle. I knew it. Everyone was looking at my arms like, yo, they look way better. Your biceps, your long head, they worked. So when I had those 17-inch arms, bear mode, yeah, that was 5 pounds of lean tissue in the arms. So I'm very happy with that. And although that's not massive, quote unquote, I'm 5'5". Oh, and by the way, yeah, I am 5'5". They officially check your height, and I'm sure it'll say it on the official page as well. So 5'5", 150 pounds, I would say 7% body fat. So you morons who are like, oh, you're 5'2". No, I'm not. Obviously not. Actually, if I was, that'd be even more impressive because it means I have even more muscle tissue. But no, I'm a 5'5" confirmed manlet. It is what it is. Entry cost. Oh, I think it was like 180 for the comp, and then another 180 for the membership, and then like everything was 180, something like that. Even the photos, which I'll be getting in like 3 weeks. Does height matter on stage? It does if you're going to be in the overall. So I saw the overall winner for Classic Physique. He was probably 5'9", so he'd be in Classic B. I was in Classic A, so it goes up to like 5'7", That's why when you see us all on stage, we're not all, we're all similar heights, So it's pretty even. We all have similar muscle mass. And actually, I talked to one guy backstage. He looked amazing, by the way. And you would never know what he weighed. But I'll tell you right now, he was 137 on stage. I was 150. Similar height. So I had 13 pounds of lean tissue on him. That's crazy. I was like, whoa. The guy was 30 years old. Actually, most of the guys were between 27 and 30. That was the age group. How was your dating life as a 5'5" man? It's excellent because I'm in a 4-year long-term relationship. Can we see a glute spread? Yeah, no. Will you release footage with Dr. Mike Israel as B-roll? And but I'm not going to do it as because both Johnny and Mike had the they're videographers. Scott, the video guy, and then Johnny's crew. So they made me look as good as I could have, and their videos are so professional. And you know what? There's not much to say in the sense that when I was there, guys, I was stoned. I wish I could have been more energetic. I wish I could have been more myself like I am now. But I was just trying to work out and survive. I was feeling like a zombie. There's a reason why I wasn't posting content on a frequent basis. I was playing OSRS. So I was really, really, really tired. And I didn't have the energy to speak, didn't want to talk, And Mike understood. Mike understood. And he even said, yo, you look fucking phenomenal. Is Alex natural? Lifetime natural. And that's my biggest pride. If people are like, oh, your physique would still be impressive on juice. No, it wouldn't be. It's a pathetic achievement. If you look like this on juice, you fucked up. Fishing level, well, on the original RS, it was 99. Now it's 81. Because I had to restart. You know what I'm saying? Hair loss state, I don't know, I'm like a Norwood 3. Something like that. You know what I realized? The world doesn't care. At one point, it was really eating away at me, but now it's just, you shave it twice a week, 3 tops, you're good to go. Actually, you always look the same. It's good for footage. It's good when you got harsh lights on you. I don't really care at this point. Would I do SMP? Yeah, why not? Just to get the framing back. But in terms of the bald experience itself, people say I look like Kratos. They say I look amazing bald. And I'll tell you this. Out of all the looks I've done, this is my girlfriend's favorite. So, she would even tell me, shave it. Way when I even had hair. So, I'm happy about that. It worked out. You look better bald. Thank you. A lot of people say that. The baldness suits you. I got the perfect head shape. God bless. It's masculine. Yeah. You look like a Chad with a ball. Being muscular helps so much. Yo, you look like Kratos. And you know when I used to play games, I used to always choose the bald character. Like in Skyrim, my character was bald. That was 2011. So I was rocking it before I even started balding. The first time I shaved my head, I was like, I think 17 or something. You know, I had a full hairline, but I still shaved my head bald, so whatever. You know, I use a double-edged safety razor. Looking good. Look better bald. Bald and a skinny guy makes you look awkward. When you're muscular, makes you look like Chad. Yo, it makes you look more jacked. That's the truth, you know? And when you have a small head, like me, like I don't have a big head, I realize that. It looks even better. You know, I got that nice protrusion right here. It's not massive, you know? Like it scales. Like what looks better? My delts or my head? Like what are you looking at? You know? Like I don't have this huge forehead. You know? I like the look. I really do. Double-edged safety razor saves a ton of money. Yep. And for the beard, I use a straight razor. You get good. You get really good at it too. And it's fun because you get to try out different soaps. You know, Pré de Provence. You whisk it up. You just get at it. Takes like 15 minutes. It's effortless. Like I've been doing it for like 7 months now straight. It's so easy to do. Great way to start the day also. You put on a video. Like, you know, put on some Bald Omni Man, some Jeffrey. Actually, Natural Hypertrophy, his videos are the best when you're shaving your head. You just get to chill out, you know, listen to what he's saying. And that's what I do throughout the day, by the way. I'm always, you know, listening to audiobooks 24/7. Are you into watches? I saw you wear an Omega Aquaterra and a G-Shock. Yes, I didn't used to be a watch guy, but now I mess with it. I don't know how I became this way, but you know, you start with basic trendy stuff, and then it just progresses. Then you want a little bit more. And yeah, I want to keep evolving my collection. I have a watch box. I got like 3 more slots. So yeah, that's one of the nice things I like in life. I'm not materialist, but that's one of them. I do like a nice watch. I love G-Shocks too. They're freaking badass. Oh. I'm like so dehydrated. I'm starting to get tired, guys. I'm still not fully myself. I think I gave you most of my energy already. So I think we're gonna start wrapping up in a bit. I answered most of the questions related to the comp. Do a couple more related to training. JJ, thanks for the donation. What's your new body fat recommendation? What did your girlfriend think about this? She's very proud of me. She thinks I have the best body on stage, obviously. And not just because I'm her boyfriend, just objectively, like, I had the best physique. And she told me, like, if your posing would have been like that first place guy, you would have for sure won. And she might be right about that. You know, I do think, like, my physique was next level. What did she think about this? I mean, she was supportive all the way through. Despite my horrible behavior at times, she never complained. She never pressured me into, like, eating food. Even when, like, I would want to make her food, and she would say no. Like, she wanted to be doing this with me kind of thing. And there was one point where she accomplished something very serious. And I'm like, I'm going to make you a lasagna as a celebration. And she was insistent, like, no, don't make me a lasagna. I did it for her anyway. And she was very grateful for that. But the whole time, like, even our anniversary, bro, it was a clean meal, you know? So she was amazing. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. Like, all the way through, bro. All the way. Real goals, yeah. I'm lucky. You know, she's Sicilian. Old school traditional values. That's what this is all about. But she was there for me all the way. She never gave up on me. She believed me all the way through. She was there. You know, prelims, finals. She was there. Where was this show held? Vaudreuil. So the Mike Clément Natural Classic. See? I highly recommend this event. It's really cool. If you guys are from Quebec, you gotta do this. Like, at least once. It's so good. You are a legend, man. Thank you. Does your girlfriend lift? Absolutely. I do her programming. She even has a home gym. Was it all worth it? It was all worth it. I realize it now that it was worth it. You know, when you're in it, it's true hell. Every waking moment, you're like, oh, I can't wait till this is done. But I never felt like quitting. Ever. I knew I was going to go through all the way to the end. You know, it was more like, when you're at the end, are you going to maintain the state or are you going to push the shreds a bit more? And for me, like when I got to 152, that's when things got hard, like really hard. And at my lowest weight, with some water depletion, I was actually like 147 and a half or 148. But that was like for like a day or something, you know? So I got down, 150. That's what I hit. And it was crazy, guys. Did you get blood work after the show to see how your health was affected? I haven't gotten blood work done since I was 17 years old. I don't know my numbers that. I never cared. The way I looked at it was, I'm healthy, I eat right, I take care of myself, I'm a lifetime natural. Why do I have to worry about these arbitrary numbers, including my testosterone levels? Like, I've been hit up by certain sponsorships, one of which has offered me some serious money, you know? And it's like, why should I even promote that if it doesn't change anything? You know, like I'm on board with natural hypertrophy in the sense that you don't need to know these stupid numbers. I don't care. Like I know right now my T levels are low. Did it stop me from looking big and jacked on stage? No. I'm still looking amazing right now with low T. I don't know what my numbers are. I have no idea. Maybe I'm equivalent to a 90-year-old male. I'm not going to get them tested. I don't care. And I know that in a month from now, my numbers are going to start to rebound. I'm going to start feeling a bit more aggressive, a little bit more like me. It's going to be all good. So I'd rather not know. I don't care. You guys obsessing about, oh, my T is this and that. Like, if it's in a normal range, by definition, it cannot be super physiological. Stop worrying about this and just train hard and eat right. Paul, I don't care what those losers have to say. Anyone who goes on that, including yourself, by the way, you should stay away from that. I'm just saying, like, come on, bro. Protein sources, now that you are shredded, it's going to be plant dominant, bro. I'm going to be having beans on a daily basis. Lentils, red kidney beans, black beans, broad beans. It's going to be hella bean dominant. I think that's the correct way to do it. And if I do consume animal products, low saturated fat, always. You know, like horse meat is clean. It's a better source, but you got to be careful with the advanced glycation end products, you know. Extra lean ground chicken. No eggs because of the cholesterol content. If I do eggs, it's going to be egg whites, period. I'm not a saturated fat and cholesterol denier, you know. That's it. No butters. Anything that's high in saturated fat, including coconut oil. Nope. Saturated fats are not good. Stop listening to marketing guru frauds. That's not something I subscribe to. And if I have fish, it's going to be twice a week, 4 to 6 ounces. That's it. Guy, I wish we can, you know. People don't want to hear the truth about nutrition. They don't. They want to be told that saturated fat and high animal product consumption is the way to go. I wish that was the case, but it's not. If you've looked at the evidence, you'll realize that's not the case. Meher Zain, congratulations, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate the number one. A lot of you guys are like, yo, you should have won number one. You were robbed and whatever. I don't think I was robbed. It was a very close call. Very close. What about soy protein? Soy protein isolate could be a problem in the sense that it could raise IGF-1, similar to animal protein, you know. But if it's in a whole form like edamame, that's great. And it can reduce breast and prostate cancer risks. I don't agree with Team 3D Alpha with diet advice at all. I'm on a completely different camp with that. I love him, he's my man, but not with diet, no. And I'm not going to entertain any of your comments about animal products being health promoting. They're not. And the only reason, like I said, like I do the plant-based diet, plant-dominant diet for health purposes, not ethics. So I don't have ethical biases in this. I really don't. You saw what I ate during contest prep if you rewatch it. Clearly, that's not my intentions. I'm just smart enough to realize that this is what all the evidence is pointing to. Look at Dr. Furman, Dr. Longo, nutritionfacts.org, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, Dr. Dean Ornish. You know, I'm not going to entertain, like if your family members were sick, if you were diagnosed with something serious, which diet would you default to? That's the question. A carnivorous diet or a more plant-based diet? You tell me. Dr. Clapper, yep. To me, there's only one answer. How would you eat if you were sick? That's how you should be eating year-round. And there's a reason why I look this good and why my health is on point. You know, my skin, all these things. All right, I'm done with those carnivorous stuff. I'm not going to entertain marketing guru fraud advice. Sorry, guys. Let's get back to some good questions. What was your split for the whole of prep? Were you vegan throughout the whole? I already answered these questions. Followers since 2015. Super proud of your achievements, bro. So the split, actually, it started off push, pull, legs, off, upper arms, off, repeat. And I ran that for many months until I started having recovery problems, specifically with that arm day. So I had to drop it. In the end, it was literally just push, pull, legs, upper, then off, and then repeat whenever I thought I was recovered enough, you know? So yeah, I only trained my legs once a week throughout this entire time frame. See, this guy Anton, I'm sorry, but you don't look healthy. Look at your palms, they're yellow, and the bags on your eyes look really not healthy. Do you realize I just came out of a bodybuilding contest prep and that it was an animal-based diet, and that's what made me feel the worst in my entire life? That when I'm eating plant-dominant, I feel significantly better on every possible scale, and that I've hit numbers that 99% of you guys will not even hit, and that I have an elite, natural physique eating this way, that I eat less protein than you guys and less animal products. Come on. Like, you guys eat like bros. Do you eat dairy? No, I don't. Except for lactose-free Greek yogurt. All right. But yeah, dude, how do you bulk on a plant-dominant diet? The same way you normally bulk. You just eat a bit more food and increase maybe your nut intake and your olive oil. But whole foods, just a little bit extra. Now, the thing is, it could be harder because you have high micronutrient intake. So that by itself lowers your total calories. Like, you're eating such unrefined, clean foods that, you know, you're naturally going to consume less calories. So, you know, you might be getting like 2,500, but that 2,500 feels like 3,500 on a more animal-based diet. So if you need, say, 2,800, then an easy way is just drizzle more oil, have an extra handful of nuts, walnuts being the best, and you're good to go. So just up the quantities of whatever you're eating by a small amount, or have more sauces, like liquid meals. Use a blender, you know, make sofrito, bro. Yep. That's some good stuff, you know? So when you're having your rice and beans, blend up some cilantro with oil and garlic and peppers and tomatoes, and put some sazon in there, okay? Cook it up, put in ice cube trays, right? And then whenever you want to have your rice and beans, just pop a couple cubes in, you're good to go. Blend beans in oil. Actually, you can make bean brownies with that. And that's something I did during my my cut. So blend some black beans. I know that sounds really weird. With dates. And you're going to have this thick texture that you can use. And make some brownies with that. And you can even make like an avocado. Put avocado with raw cacao. And you can make a spread on top. You know, you put that in the oven. It's really good. Put some psyllium husk in there too for some fiber. Additional. Have you completely quit sugar? Yeah, I haven't bought sugar since like 2017. Only monk fruit or stevia. Love the cup. Yeah. It's a wonderful cup, isn't it? Hi, super proud of your channel and your achievements. What's your opinion on form walks for form growth and rest pause training? So I actually like the idea of both, right? So in terms of rest pause, I wouldn't call it superior to traditional straight sets done with longer rest intervals. But if you do something like a myo rep match, you're getting the effective reps in. So it allows you to get some efficient workouts in, you know, so you're not wasting time. You can lower your volume by default. It really does work for hypertrophy. The only thing is it's harder on recovery and you have to mentally push through the pain. And what I've seen is a lot of guys struggle with that. They struggle to milk those last couple reps of the rest pause. They're going to stop short. You know, I've seen this in person, you know, so like if you do it right, you will get all the effective reps and the hypertrophy outcomes will be basically the same. But if you don't do it right, then maybe just do straight sets. And also, like, why not go for the easier option, quote unquote? Then you ask me about forearm walks. You know, if the forearms are hitting muscular failure, which is very possible. You know, I remember when I used to do forearm walks in the gym, the dumbbells would start to roll out of my hands. Then the set would end, I swear to God, when the dumbbell would fall out of my hand. Literally, it would be on the tip, and then boom, drops. You're good. Your forearms are going to grow off that. Absolutely. This idea that you have to actually do wrist flexion to failure is not true. If your forearm hit muscular failure at such a point that you can't even grab, then you're good. You're going to grow from that. And that's why, like I have huge forearms, guys. Look at this. Come on. I haven't done, you know, much wrist curl training at all. I know I made a video talking about the guide recently, but like, you know, it was mostly just static contractions, primarily through pull-ups and stuff like that. If you hit failure, you're good. How was the training with Dr. Mike, and what are your thoughts on RP style programming for hypertrophy, full ROM, reps in reserve, deloading? Love your content. Thank you, my man. So it was wonderful training with Dr. Mike. He's a stand-up guy with so much to offer. And he's a true intellectual, and he compliments a lot too. He's wonderful. I have nothing bad to say about him, and he helped me a lot. Like he was always there for me. He would check up. You know, he's phenomenal. And Dr. Mike, I kind of see him as a mentor. He's changed my life. You know, I really started diving into his content like hardcore in 2019. So for me to chat it up with him, meet him in person, I respect him so much. I even like his channel, Making Progress. I agree with his worldviews. His hypertrophy advice is, like, if you're going to listen to one enhanced person, it has to be Dr. Mike. He's number one, you know. And now some of his takes on, you know, RP style programming for hypertrophy, I would say it's equal. I wouldn't say it's superior, but it's equal. So full range of motion, I'm definitely on board with that. I'm not exclusively team full ROM, however. Like, not all muscles benefit from the lengthy position that you always have to hit that. Like, there are strategies that can be incorporated, like mixing deficits, normal ROM, and partials. So I like the idea of higher exercise selection just for minimizing overuse, hitting different resistance profiles. You know, reps in reserve, I think it's good in the sense that you're lowering fatigue and you're equating the hypertrophy outcomes, but you do have to do more sets. You know, and having seen Mike train in person, he does not go to like extreme muscular failure. He does leave reps in the tank, and that's fine. You can do more work, but that's the thing. Do you want to do more work? Like for me now, I've been subscribing more so to a Jordan Peters hypertrophy coach kind of philosophy, in the sense that I'll typically go to failure or 0 to 2 RIR. This way I don't have to do all these sets, but I can still keep my exercise selection high. So I might do 3 compound movements, 2 sets each, which equates to 6 total sets, but now I hit different resistance profiles and muscular angles, so my muscles will look different, as opposed to just doing 2 compound movements, 3 sets or more, but I got reps in reserve. So at the end, like, the hypertrophy will be the same, you know, like, it's about the effective reps. It's just a matter of preference. Do you want to go balls to the wall and accumulate a bit more fatigue, which is going to be hard on recovery, but not that much harder, especially since you adapt to it? Or do you want to do higher volume and kind of like wave your RPE throughout the weeks? You know, and then the deload, you know, it reminds me of powerlifting with what he does, you know? Like the volume tapers and it gets more intense, then you take that deload, you're more sensitive. It's very smart, it's very analytical, it's very scientific. I mean, I can't talk trash about it. It absolutely works. And you can totally train like that all the time. Is it necessary though? I mean, no, it's not. Especially if you embrace like a conjugate thought process. And I don't think that's how Mike does it for that. So, I mean, there's a lot we can say with this, but I mean, overall, I would say like 95% of what Mike says is correct, you know, and there's always nuance, and, you know, Mike is open to hearing the opposite spectrum as well. He's even done debates with guys with this. So, yeah, if you follow Renaissance periodization, you read the books, you're in a great place. Gem Power, thank you. Just do what works for you guys. Don't worry about what others do with their body. Yeah, just do you, bro. So many guys are obsessed about other men when they should just be on their own grind. Make others follow you. You set the trend. Exterminatus, do you plan on addressing the nuances you've come across with regards to dieting? I greatly value your long-form videos on topics like that. Yeah, I'm going to start doing some diet content because I realize there's way too much bro advice out there from people who have no understanding of health. And, you know, I'm going to be coming at this from a neutral, actual health perspective, not ethics. So I will be promoting a plant-dominant kind of diet, and so you can expect some recipes and stuff like that. I'm not going to say you got to be vegan, absolutely not. But I will discourage high saturated fat consumption and cholesterol. Just saying. And I will promote whole plant foods, and if you're going to have animal products, whole foods of that as well. Okay. So I'm not against. I'm not for processed stuff. And I think a lot of guys are giving really dangerous advice. So I'm gonna have to make some diet content for sure. It's getting out of hand out here. Easy way to add fiber to your diet for a cut. The easiest way is gonna be adding psyllium husk. So it's like a powder that you just add on anything, man. But honestly, if you're eating clean, it should not be difficult to get your daily fiber. Like, start your morning off with overnight oats. Put like an ancient grain topping as well. Like, put like 50, 100 grams of that. Have some fruits with every meal. Vegetables as well. At least 200 grams of vegetables with every meal. Minimum. If you're not getting that, it's a serious problem. It shouldn't be hard. Like, if you're not getting enough fiber, you're not eating enough plant foods in general. Because even if you have like a small amount, you'll be getting it. It's the easiest thing in the world. Like, I have no problems getting 30 to 80 grams a day. It's a joke. And bro, just a couple days after my comp, I'm regularly going again. After being backed up for months. Think about that. Alex, please make nutrition videos. I will. It's about time. And obviously, I know what I'm doing. I got second place, Classic Physique. Shredded, single digit, maintain my muscle. I think I know something about diet. All right? I think I've proven that enough times. I do have an advanced understanding. Your thoughts on Leo and longevity, Rip. I was sad to see that. I really liked Leo's videos. I learned a lot from him, so it kind of shocked me. I was like, whoa. You know, he was providing some very unique insights. You know, I just think he got involved with the wrong people. You know, you go to Thailand, you start dealing. You know, he had his own issues. But just to say, like, a lot of smart people are messed up in the brain. You know, it seems to be a common thing. You know, I just think he went away too soon. I was just the thought of him, you know, being in a pool of blood, face down, you know, going out that way. You know, some people say there was foul play involved. I don't know, but it's a sucky situation. Widow, do you think a fully vegan diet can maintain all your muscle mass when cutting? 100% yes. I'm cutting and I want to make the switch to fully plant-based, but I'm hesitant, fear of losing more muscle. You can maintain all your muscle on a vegan diet. You can even compete in bodybuilding if you want to. It's just going to be more difficult. like from a macro standpoint, you know, because a lot of the foods that are high in protein are also high in carbohydrates. So that can affect your ratios a bit unless you go a little bit more processed. So for competition purposes, it's just more challenging. Not that you can't do it. There are IFBB Pro vegans out there. It's hard mode is what it is, you know. But in terms of like just getting generally lean and whatnot, it's not a problem. You see me do it multiple times. Well, not multiple times. Well, I did in 2018, 100%. You know, I maintained a weight between 160 and 163, and I had a 350 close grip bench, 375 dead bench, 5 plate weighted dip, 165 weighted pull up. I did great. You know, I had no problems maintaining my muscle and gaining some. It was fine. And the protein thing is a complete joke if you know what you're doing. You know, it's really for contest purposes where it gets challenging. My hair Zane, no any exercise to grow my neck but not traps. Yeah, neck flexion, 100%. So when you do neck extension, that's what works your traps simultaneously. So if you get yourself a harness and you're getting really strong with this motion right here, you're gonna notice your upper traps in particular growing. And when I say upper, I mean like the highest portion of your traps. But if you do neck flexion only, I mean, you're hitting the opposite side. So that will build your neck without also getting that mountainous effect on the backside. And it's actually the most important exercise in general. Like if you just did neck curls, that would do wonders for you. Like I would say you can build the back of your neck without isolating it just because it is connected to your traps. Like if you're doing a lot of SSB squats, you can build that region. But the front, absolutely not. You know, there you're going to have a lagging neck unless you isolate. And I've proved this as I've cut multiple times and been lazy over the years. Whenever I stop doing neck flexion, it shrinks. But it doesn't shrink my traps. So they're different. So definitely isolate the front, you're going to be okay. Equivalent, Wessex, thank you. Equivalent weighted push-up compared to a 225 bench press by an individual weighting 190. Also was a 1-to-1 weighted dip to push up normal. Love from the UK. Love the UK, man. Much love from Canada. You know, I've been there, and you guys are phenomenal. Such nice people. Great architecture, great culture. Anyway, 1-to-1 dip to push-up. No, your push-up should be stronger. There's something off there. Like, I've done 160 or 170 pounds on the deficit weighted push-up for sets of 10. I don't think I could do that on a weighted dip. The best I've done was like 185 for 5 reps, and I did 230 for 1. So if your push-up and dip are the same, maybe, yeah, there's a problem there. Now, what does it equate to a bench press? I actually made a video about this like 2 years ago. I forgot what the standard was, but I weighed like, let me just do the math real quick. My brain's starting to fog out. So I was like 160, and I was doing like 100, yeah, 330. Fudge, I don't remember, dude. I don't know. I have no idea. The thing is, you don't know how it's gonna carry over for you. Like, what I don't understand is why you wouldn't just test it and get the answer today. Like, I'll have guys doing weighted push-ups for months and months and months, and they're like, what do you think I could bench press? And it's like, just go to the gym and find out. You can even get a day pass. Like, you'll know tonight. If you close off this live stream and go to the gym, you'll know. So I don't know what it's gonna scale like. What you can determine after the fact is, once you have that number, how the ratio is affected with time. So yeah, sorry about not giving you a proper answer there. I think that the end of this Q&A is getting near because I'm losing my train of thought. I'm starting to sound incoherent, and I can see the views are dropping as well. I apologize, guys. I'm not fully there yet. So I think I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. My close grip bench is 220, but wide grip is only 230. Is this a problem? Yeah. That doesn't even make sense. Your close grip should be like 15% weaker. So you're definitely, it could just be that you're used to that close grip. You've been doing it for so long that the wide is just not a strong position for you, or it causes shoulder pain and you're holding yourself back. So your body senses that an injury awaits and therefore you can't quite push yourself, or that wide grip is so wide that it's actually mechanically disadvantageous. So I found that in my case, if I do like a wide grip with vertical forearms, that's going to be a very strong position. But if I go even slightly outside, such that my forearms are now diagonal, that's weaker than a close grip bench press. So extreme wide could be close to a close bench, but a normal wide should definitely be stronger than a close. So in your case, I think you need to increase the specificity. Actually, my friend, he was a close grip specialist for years, okay? And he gradually widened things out this year and got a 405 bench. Natty. I'm so proud of him. He started lifting a bit after me, and so he accomplished it in a similar time frame, I would say. He finally did it. My man Phi Long. Shout out to you. I'm proud of you, brother. And you guys, OGs from 2016, remember him. You saw him in some workout videos. He did it. He benched 405. So that was gradually widening things out. You have the... camera lost focus. 1 second. Whoa. Come on. See, there's a sign I gotta close it off. It's not focusing anymore. Let's go. Man, you focus. There you go. Anyway. Yeah, it'll catch up. The strength is there. You're just not used to the movement, I think. Hey, Formidable Plays. Thanks for the donation. Number 1. You guys keep putting that number 1 thing. That means a lot, you know? I did my best, guys. I really did. I think I couldn't have looked any better for the most part. Like, I came in shredded. I maintained the muscle. I brought a physique, and it was a hell of a show. This is something I'm never going to forget. For the rest of my life, it was absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, guys ask me, would I do it again? It's like, yes and no. Like, my heart says yes. My brain says, like, oh, the way I felt was so terrible that I don't want to experience that anymore. But it's like, I loved competing. I loved chatting it up with everybody and all this support. Like, the end result was worth it, you know? And the journey was worth it too. I enjoyed the journey. It was just the end, man. The last month and a half in particular was rough. But the six-month journey as a whole, it was nice. You know, it was smooth. It's just when you go to single digit, that's when the problems come in. You know? So I think, hey, 100, that back putting Reuters to shame. Best 90 back on this platform. I appreciate that. I showed that weighted calisthenics can take you to a freaking stage. And I think I did have, especially the spinal erectors. I never realized they were that thick, because years ago, they were one of my lagging areas. I used to have a noticeable erector weakness, and it held back my pulling. But once I corrected it with the good mornings, which is why I speak so highly about them, my physique transformed. And now, like, back double bicep is my best pose. That's my signature move. It used to be one of my worst because I didn't have the spinal erectors or the upper back definition. All those mini muscles that I'm always talking about. Like, you can't just have lats, okay? You can be wide, like a lot of calisthenics athletes are wide, but they don't have the thickness, they don't have the details, they don't have the rear delts, and they don't have the erectors. So if you can build all those mini muscles and then get strong at your hip hinges, and you have the lats already from the weighted pull-ups, now you got a world-class back. And I think that's what I displayed. Like, my back is, I would say it's overqualified for what I do. You know, the rest of my physique, certain areas can be improved upon. But you know what I'm also really proud of, guys? That my hamstrings came up. Because last year they were super small when I got lean. So it just goes to show that isolation work is effective. You know, I did my leg curls throughout this entire cut, and it did wonders. So Don't listen to those minimalists who think that hinges are enough. They're not. Okay, take it from me. If you get shredded, you're gonna lose that muscle if you're not isolating. And also my quads, bro. You know, they say that the quad is not actually 4 muscles, it's 5. And they determined this in bodybuilders of all things, you know, and in cadaver studies. So when I got shredded, I noticed a part of my quad that was never visible before. Like there was this new separation. It was really awesome to see. Can't wait to see the show pics. Yeah, in the meantime, check out Instagram. You'll see the majority of stuff there. But in a couple weeks, you're going to get the official photos that I paid for. Okay? And I did a photo shoot as well. All right. For sure, the back is something. Your thickness sets you apart. I think so too. You know, if it wasn't for my back, maybe I would have placed 3rd place. Who knows? And 3rd, Kareem, he looked phenomenal as well. And what was cool is that, you know, you're chilling with the guys that you beat or they beat you, you know, and it's all love. There's no hate. It's like, because we all worked so hard to get to this point. We're on the same page. So that's why I always said, like, props. Anyone who shows up and brings their best package gets my respect. And like you guys are pointing out, everyone looked amazing on that stage. Everybody. Look at the lineup. That was a serious lineup. I didn't think that for a local show in Quebec that there could be this much competition. But every class, guys. Like, you can even check out the event. I'm going to put... I'll show you the overalls as well before we sign off. Mike Clément. I'm going to put a link right here. Okay? Check out the overall winners. These guys have some world-class physiques. Look at the overall classic winner, Alex Barrette. He looked amazing. That's a physique, man. So you guys want to talk about natural inspiration? There's other real naturals out there who look amazing. So you can go very far. Like, I never thought I would step on a freaking bodybuilding stage. You know, classic physique. And I crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. Weight difference, last year's cut to year versus level of shreds difference is a big difference. I maintained a lot more muscle. So, you know, over 5 pounds, lean mass, also more shredded. I would say another, you know, I think I was 9% last year. This time I got to 7%. Like, I had actual veins in my lower abs. I had veins everywhere. I looked super freaky. Like, you can see it even a week out. So I might have, you know, I say 5 pounds of lean mass, but maybe it was even more. Who knows? Considering the legs and everything, I'm shocked at how much improvements there were. And by the way, you're going to get a shredded 2.0 transformation. It's going to be 200 pounds to 150. So 50-pound fat loss journey. What do you do differently? So definitely, I kept the training the exact same from start to finish. I wasn't like switching over completely to calisthenics, because I did that last year. So, you know, like, I kept my exercise selection a lot more consistent, and my split was very specific for bodybuilding. You know, I was on that first the 5-day split and the 4-day split, but I tracked everything, and I tried to maintain as much strength as possible on the way down. I also took creatine. I upped my protein like crazy, and because I already got shredded, I kind of knew what to expect diet-wise. And I had a lot more micronutrients as well. I noticed that was key. So these are just things you learn with experience. I think if I got shredded again, it would go even better. I don't think it would be as painful. There's still some inevitable suffering, but also the training, higher intensity. So I knew that towards the end, it was going to get difficult to finish my workout. So right off the bat, I started with 2 sets. So that's something I did, like, at the very start of the cut, all the way to the end. 2 sets per exercise, 0 to 1 RIR, usually 0. And I feel like that high intensity, because my recovery was already compromised, I feel like that maintained a lot of muscle. And by the way, when I start bulking again, I'm gonna continue this approach because I'm really enjoying it so far. You know, keep that intensity up, and we're gonna see how my strength rebounds. That should be interesting to witness. You know, give me a couple months. I think in no time at all, I'll be doing 3x10 with 3 plates again on the bench. because I'm so depleted. Like every workout, it was like a -1. It was very demotivating, you know. And at the end, I couldn't even do back squats. Like the last 2 weeks, it was only belt squats. Like I almost snapped something in my lower back, you know, despite them being thick and bulletproof, quote unquote. Your body's very frail, you know. And actually, I was gonna do an April Fool's workout for you guys, but I was afraid of getting injured, you know. I was gonna do some serious ego lifting, like I was gonna have this outfit on and, you know, use terrible form, but I was like, nah, it's too close to the comp. So I kept my ego in check throughout this prep, is what I would say. I maintained a perfect diet. I tracked everything, literally, okay? And I used premium form for the most part, controlling my negatives, consistent split. I did it right. I think that you jumped on something. I think that you're a moron. I'm a lifetime natural, and I'm very proud of how far I came. I'm nothing special, guys. And look at the whole lineup. Look at me side by side to other guys who do the same thing. Your expectations are so low, it's sad. Some of you. If you look like this on gear, you're pathetic. I'll say that. Some people say, no, it would still be impressive. No, it's not. This is a naturally obtainable physique. Period. Hey, brother, what's next now? So, like I said before, I don't know what's next. I'm just going to eat. I want to feel normal again. Probably going to eat when I get off this because I'm starting to feel it. But I think I've had a good fix so far related to the sweets, you know. So I froze up those muffins that I was telling you about before. And I'm ready to just be healthy again, you know. Up those sweet potatoes, get those beans in, nice whole foods, a lot of vegetables, a lot of carbohydrates. I realized, I need my high carbs. So I thrive between 60 and 70% carbs. That does it for me, you know. So all I'm gonna say is expect a lot more content. That's really what I want to bring you guys. Less about me, less about this whole competitive stuff. I'm ready to level up the channel, finally. I can give you what you deserve, you know, because I feel like I haven't been able to do that. It's been Q&As once a week. You're going to get some hardcore content, you know. This is going to be one of the best summers. It's going to be one of the best years. Like, I feel like 2019 was one of the best years ever for me, including for the channel. This is 2019 all over again. 2023 has been mind-boggling in such a great way. And I'm so grateful for you guys. Like, this is a wonderful community. I love creating for you guys. Like, this is what I'm passionate about. So we're going to keep leveling up. I got so many plans. New programs, courses, books, sponsorships, higher frequency videos, better quality videos, upgrading my camera. It's still good, but I'm going to make it even better. Everything about this channel is going to go up. I have a serious purpose that needs to be fulfilled. And you're going to get some of the best content that we've seen yet. It's only uphill from here. Like, it's going to be amazing. And I'm immensely excited. Even though I'm tired right now, like, trust me, this is going to be crazy. So, I think that's a good way to end off. Better quality possible. Yeah. I'm even, you know, more gym footage as well. Everything you can imagine. It's going to be wonderful. And again, thank you guys for just being patient with me. And just being accepting of this entire journey. You know, I know I haven't been producing to the extent that I'd like, so things are going to change now. And I just want to feel normal again. I want to just bring you some content. Content creation above gains too, honestly. I'm more satisfied helping you out than helping myself out. Real talk. So, that's what I'm here to do. Much love. Thanks for everyone who came in. This was a wonderful live stream. Great questions, great feedback. You guys are amazing. I'm so grateful for you all. So if you got more questions, post them down below. And I'll see you in the next live stream. I definitely want to start doing more of these. Perhaps they could be once a month. So we'll take it from there. Y'all have a good day. Chat soon.